Hey guys, what's up? Jordan here and welcome back to another Minecraft mod review. So the mod for today is Rickmold's camping mod, and this mod itself is actually pretty cool because it adds a whole new bunch of, well, camping items into your Minecraft, which I guess are actually good for both general survival use or if it's just for decoration. Either way, it's a very nice mod and I would actually recommend you try it out. Now, there's quite a few things involved with this mod, so I'll try to keep it straightforward and try not to mess up, but I have actually spent a little bit of time preparing and setting this up, so I don't normally say this at the beginning of a video, but if you would, then could you please click the like button? That's greatly appreciated, just because it took a while to set up and I'm really worried that I'm going to mess up explaining all of this awesome stuff that it adds. But yeah, so that would be greatly appreciated. And anyways, onto the mod. So we will start off with the fundamental tool that you're going to be needing for pretty much everything within this mod, the campers tool. So what the campers tool does is, well, you use it for, like I said, pretty much everything else when it comes to crafting and using it and stuff. So, and it kind of looks cool, it kind of looks like a Swiss Army knife. But anyway, so you craft this with 6 iron ingots in the center column, and then surround it in red dye, or rose red. That'll give you your campers tool, which, like I said, is what you're going to be needing for the majority of the stuff. Now, the next thing we've got is a campfire, which is what you can see here. It's pretty nice, you know, it looks kind of nice. It just looks like a, you know, an ordinary campfire. It looks quite nice. And that is made by 3 stone on the bottom row, with a flint in the center, and then surrounded in a few torches. That will give you your campfire. Now, there's actually a few things that you can actually do with this campfire. You can actually change the colors of it to however you want. So let's go ahead and do that. If I just lay down this here, you can use any dye you like on it and it will change that color. And it has a really nice transition to that color as well, and it gives a really nice flame effect, which I really like. One thing that I don't like is that when you seem to change the color, it seems to change the color for all ordinary campfires, not just the specific one. And if you also noticed in my hotbar, it's still there. So if you want it back to default, then obviously you are going to need some yellow dye, some dandelion yellow, and then it will change all of them back to yellow. Now, that's obviously a bug, and hopefully now that I've addressed that, then it may be able to get fixed. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool that you can change the colors of them. It'd just be a bit nicer, you know, if it didn't change all of them, if you get what I mean. Although you could use the other ones, and I'll go on to the other ones now. So first up, we've got the multi-cooking campfire, which itself is pretty darn cool. So you make it by surrounding a campfire in furnaces, and this is just awesome. If I get some food, I'll get some beef, and we will get some coal. Right, so as you can see here, you can actually cook multiple things at once. You can cook up to 6 things at once, give itself a sauce, and it will cook. It obviously does go a fair bit slower than regular cooking. I believe it goes about 2.5 times slower than regular cooking, but I'm pretty sure that once this fills up, all 6 of these will be done. So even though it's going at 2.5 times slower, you're actually getting 6 at once if you're doing it this way, so it kind of works out pretty well like that. So if we give it a second to catch up, and hurry up. Is it gonna fish? There we go. So we've got 6 cooked steaks, so that is awesome. Let's bring them in there when I shift click. Oh well. And then next up we have the fast cooking campfire. So again, that is made just with a campfire in the center and then 3 flint and steel surrounding it. And what I do like, by the way, is that all of these have like their own individual colors and it just looks so nice. But anyway, so the fast cooker, I believe it cooks up to 6 times faster, about that. So we'll put in 5 there. We'll put in all our coal, and let's see how fast it cooks these 5. So yeah, you can already tell, it's not like instant, but it is pretty damn fast, and when you compare that to like a furnace, that is incredible. So this would be very handy, you know, even in general survival use, which I really like. So yeah, let's take our steak, and I want my coal back, let's take my coal. Next up we have the cheap cooking campfire, which is probably the most ethical one, depending on what you have. Ethical? Is that the right word? I don't know. So you surround a campfire with 3 pieces of coal and an ender pearl. That will give you your cheap cooking campfire. And what's special about this is that it doesn't require a power source, and it can also cook up to 2 things at once. But it does go pretty damn slow. It goes about 4 times slower than a regular furnace, so it's not very good in that sense, but for the fact that it doesn't use it doesn't need any kind of fuel, I guess. And you know, if you're out and about and you can't find any coal or anything, then it could come in handy. It could be very convenient for you. And then finally we have probably the most OP campfire. It seems like every mod that I reviewed, there seems to be 1 or 2 things that's OP within it. But this actually does fairly well at balancing itself out. So first off, to make it, you need to use all of the other campfires, you know, and surround it by a normal campfire. That will give you your insta-cooking campfire. And you can probably already tell by the name of what it does. So I'm right-clicking it, and it's not going into the GUI like it should be. So give me a second, I'll quickly try this. Alright, we're back, and sorry about that, I kind of derped a little bit. So this does not actually have its own little GUI like the rest of them did. Instead, all you've got to do is you right click it with your food, and it will instantly cook it just like that and put it straight into your inventory. Now, like I said, that is kind of OP, but you are having to craft it using all of the other ones, so that kind of makes up for it. But even so, if you've got huge amounts of food, you can just instantly do it. So maybe, I don't know, increase the recipe a little bit, or maybe, I don't know. I don't really know what you could do with that, because it's got Insta in the name. I don't know, but in my eyes, that is a little bit overpowered. But anyways, let's move on to the next section of what this mod adds. I've missed a sign there. Oh dear. I don't know what's in there now. We'll figure it out. But anyway, so here we have some food. We have marshmallows. And so to make marshmallows, you simply do 2 columns of sugar, or 2 rows of sugar. Rows or columns? Columns. I was right the first time. And a water bottle, an egg, and a bowl. And by the way, you actually get the bowl back once you've done this, and that will give you 4 marshmallows. Then next up you have the marshmallow stick, because you cannot eat your marshmallows without a marshmallow stick. And so all you gotta do with that is just put 1 marshmallow with a stick, and that will give you 3 marshmallow sticks. I'm guessing he's kind of snapping the twig into 3 and then splitting. I don't know how he got 3 from that. And this... I know what I've messed up. I messed up the cooked marshmallow. I knew I'd messed something up. Alright, sorry about that. I totally derped again. I knew I would go wrong here, but I'm gonna be using the magic of editing to fix it. So, the next thing I missed out was the cooked marshmallows, but they don't actually have a recipe. Simply, all you gotta do is you just take your marshmallow sticks like that, and then you will just put them on the fire, and then you get your 3 cooked marshmallows, and these are the ones that you actually can eat. They're the only ones that you can eat. And so yeah, and then here is where I forgot my sign. I knew I'd mess up somewhere, but this is where you get the sleeping bag. This is one of the items you're going to be using in the craftable tents. And so to make that, you simply place free wool. I'm pretty sure you can place it on anything, you know, like that, and it will give you your sleeping bag. Don't hold me to that, I haven't actually tested it, but I'm pretty sure you can. That will give you your sleeping bag. And then to actually make the tents, there are a few things that you're going to need. You're going to need tent pegs, and so to make that, all you need is a camper's tool and an iron ingot. I'm going to take this because I need it. And that will give you 4 tent pegs, which is enough to make 2 tents. And then next, you are going to need a canvas, which is made simply by a camper's tool, 6 pieces of string, and that will give you 12 canvases. Now, I'm pretty sure only 5 are required for a tent, so if you made 2 tents, then you're going to have 2 left over, so it's kind of an odd number, but oh well. And then finally, to craft the tent itself, you're going to need 5 canvases and 2 tent pegs, and that will give you your tent, which I think is pretty nice. And like I said, you will have a couple of canvases left over, but oh well, if you want to craft some more, then you can make some more tents. So moving on to one of the last parts of the mod, the tents itself. And so firstly we have the decor tent, which doesn't actually do anything other than just, you know, it looks nice. I like the look of it, and that is your basis for all of these tents. Next up you have the storage tent, which, as the name would imply, you can store stuff in it. It has 36 slots, I believe, so it's basically your entire, you know, inventory and hotbar. It's just like that in the tent, and you actually make this just by right-clicking the tent with a chest. So if I go ahead and demonstrate with a chest, right-click it, and it turns into 6 chests, somehow, 6 small chests. And then this is the sleeping tent, and so to make this, all you gotta do is you right-click a tent with the sleeping bag. So if I quickly go ahead and demonstrate this again, and I spawn in a sleeping bag, then you get your little sleeping tent, and you can actually sleep in this as if it was just, you know, a normal bed. It kind of glitches out there. I should be laying this way, if you follow my mouse, not this way. That was weird, but yeah. And one other thing that you can do actually with the tents as well, if it has enough space, so let's plop one over here, and you right-click it with the campus tool, it will actually rotate itself. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And your campus tool does have a finite amount of uses, by the way, but you know, you're not going to be using it that much. And you can't, you know, have the tent too close. Like, I don't think you can have it, like, there, and it'll rotate. Maybe you can. Yeah, it'll rotate that way, but it won't be able to rotate the other way. So it does need to have its own space, obviously, to rotate. But that is pretty cool, if I may say so myself. Moving on to the last part of the mod is actually randomly generated campfires, or campsites. And I was lucky, actually, that I spawned in this world, and there was one over here. So it's very nice. You actually get, you know, some custom NPCs to get their own little campfire. I just broke his cheap cooking campfire. And that was one thing I actually totally missed out, so that was actually kind of coincidental. But yeah, so they will spawn with a random campfire of any sort, and then, you know, you can use it if you want, and you will spawn with any kind of random tent if you like. And I believe there's also a female NPC as well. This is the male one, as you can tell. But yeah, so that's pretty cool, and it's nice to, you know, you're just kind of wandering around, you come across a campsite, and you're like, oh, hey, let's chill, let's sing some songs around the campfire. But yeah, that was one thing as well I forgot to mention is, if you go ahead and you just, like, break the fire with your pickaxe, you'll just get a few of the resources back. but if you actually use your camper's tool and right click it, you will actually break the fire and get it back. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and with that pretty much wraps up everything this mod has to offer. So like I said, it's a pretty cool mod. I would definitely recommend it, and if you want to check it out, the link is down in the description below. I spoke really fast and it went weird. Yeah, I'm sorry if there were a few hitches here and there within the video. I tried my best. It was a fairly big mod, and at least for me, because I usually do relatively small mods. But yeah, this is a fairly big mod for me, and I sometimes get a little bit confused. But I wanted to get this mod out to you guys because it was just a really cool mod, and I really liked the look of it. It caught my eye. So yeah, link is down in the description if you want to try it out for yourself. Other than that, guys, if you enjoyed the video, I would greatly appreciate it if you click the like button. As I said, that is always appreciated. I guess we'll aim for 75 likes. I'm sure you guys can hit that easily. So 75 likes, that is the goal. My name's Jordan, thanks for watching, and have a good day.